Hi, I'm Zoe with Paranormal Extraction and welcome to my show. Okay, today we have something completely different. We have someone all the way from Barcelona. Okay, this this booklet is fantastic. Now you can download it at thefinalprophecy.info. It's Hercolubus, the red planet. We have Charles Esquerda on today, all the way from there. Now, this is really, really important. And I know sometimes I'm not really serious, but this is very, very important for you to please watch because it's outstanding and you will absolutely love it. Please be open. Let's see what happens. Thank you. Okay, so Charles, now what I want to know, and I know we just talked about the pole shift, and this has happened before with our planet, with this planet coming towards our planet. Where does this planet come from? Because I don't see, is there science behind it? Or how was this strange red planet thought of or coming? What is it?
Well, that planet belongs to a different solar system, obviously, and has got a very long elliptical orbit. It was described by a Chilean astronomer named Carlos Muñoz Ferrada and on the 20th century, and he mapped it and he described that planet. He wasn't accepted by other astronomers, but I must say that Carlos Muñoz Ferrada, as a good geologist and astronomer, he predicted also several earthquakes in Chile that unfortunately happened. As he predicted. So there are several planets in our galaxy that are faster than others, and Hercolubus is one of them. And I mean, his orbit comes, as I said, very near to our solar system.
Okay.
So astronomers, I'm not an astronomer, but we know that astronomers are tracking it, and that's why also they are setting up some countries devices to destroy meteorites and other
Oh,
bodies coming from
uh,
space.
okay. So they're basically what you're saying is the astronomers are watching this. And so, like, if there's asteroids and stuff, they try to blow it up. Are they going to try to blow this up?
Well, they may try. I must say that that planet is not going to actually clash with ours. It's just passing by.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
flyby.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, the Earth will not be destroyed by a collision, but just changed in I mean drastically geologically and I mean, regarding the pole shift. So it's even passing at. It's said that it will pass at 14 million kilometers. It will produce a lot of effects because of it's a huge planet, and the gravitational force will be felt obviously in on Earth.
Okay, when is this supposed to come?
Well, there's no set date because that planet has got a variable speed. It's not. It doesn't have the same speed during all its orbit. And also, I mean, I think that good prophets never give a date because there are many factors involved. Even our behavior, humanity's behavior, can change the course of events. I mean,
Wow.
that planet is passing because we would say we didn't realize ourselves as humanity. We failed. There's a failure. Same as happened with Atlantis or Lemurian continent. So we need to be wiped out and a new civilization needs to start. Otherwise, we will destroy ourselves. We are on the brink of self-destruction because of nuclear weapons and nuclear power. I mean, we've got the nuclear power enough to destroy our planet several times. So the superior laws from universe, because I'm from higher dimensions, there's a great law that is actually governing everything. Within our freedom, there are some laws we cannot pass, and that's one of it. We cannot destroy ourselves, so our civilization will be wiped out, and that planet is in charge of doing so.
Okay, so like, does this go back to even like Noah's Ark?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so it's like, okay,
yeah.
so because I've been talking to a lot of people with different, alien or, conspiracies or whatever I talk about. But the main theme from all of these lately has been, they call it the 12,000 year event. Okay. And then I have a guy coming on that's talking about the polar shift, okay, which is, they're all kind of saying the same thing you have to say, except for we're talking about an actual book that talks about exactly what's happening. And not just that, but what I really liked about the book was, how can we change the destruction of planet Earth because we're so not awake? We are sleeping, most of us, let's just say that. But there is a way that this can be changed. Which ways can we change this from happening, Charles?
Well, that's a good question. The book, as I told you, is giving techniques to overcome the current situation, at least at an individual level, at a personal level. And that is the work of awakening our interior. That's the awakening of the consciousness. But that word for us and for the author and for us means the elimination of all our vices, defects, psychological defects we carry within. That's the evil we carry within that is drawing our world to the current situation and to the self-destruction. So when we eliminate from within the factors of that evil, so that is our psychological defects such as greed, violence, pride, sloth, everything, thousands of different details and defects. When we eliminate that, we access different dimensions. We awake to different dimensions, and we actually can transcend the destiny of the general, of our planet. Mm-hmm. So at an individual level, and that's the meaning of the Noah's Ark, at an individual level, each of us can transcend, can overcome the what is coming, the future, the short-term future.
Right.
But so only by changing internally.
Okay, right. That can be internal. So basically, people need to wake up, okay, and change their behavior. And then what you're saying is, if this does hit and we don't change our behavior, the people that are doing this and waking up are actually going to survive. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, well, the author points out that the people who are changing internally and seriously working internally, and for that purpose, he's giving a couple of tools in the book, very practical. And people who are working will be helped. And at that point is where other humanities will intervene on our planet. Okay, humanities that have transcended that step, that moment. So awakened beings from other worlds.
Wow. Okay. So then basically we're going to have a whole new planet of awakened beings, not just the ones us who live here, okay, but you're talking about from other solar systems of I hate to use the word aliens on this, but let's just say light beings. They come from a
Yeah.
planet. The light beings of that planet can come down and live on our planet with us. Now, why would they want to do that, Charles?
Well, to help us.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
well, in the universe, the main law is love, but true love, and I mean, those humanities in other planets are helping the lower, we could say, the lower humanities such as ours, but they're helping those who are working on themselves, not just for the sake of it, but because the people who work on themselves, they deserve our help, obviously. People who just in the world are doing evil, they don't deserve that help if they don't ask for it. I mean, there's a need to, the need to transform ourselves. It must be conscious, and we must realize we've got a lot of evil inside, and we must destroy, eliminate it. We must start working seriously to eliminate any detail of evil we have inside. In that way, we are going to be helped.
Okay.
If we don't do that, I mean, what's the point in helping us if we don't want to transform ourselves?
Exactly. Now, I have a question, and this is important for me. Now, I heard that this is a free will planet, okay, and they are not able at during the time before this event happens to help us. Is
Well, I mean, of course, one of the main laws is the free will in the universe.
yeah,
Nobody is entitled to force the free will of anyone.
right.
But yeah, you're right. But if we ask for help, we're asking freely for help, and we're going to get it.
Okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay. So if we ask for help, since we have free will, is what you're saying, then we'll get it.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not that they have to stay out in the cosmos and stay away from our planet, but that if we say it out loud and we truly mean it, that we will be helped currently.
Oh yes, yes, that's it. I mean, we cannot be forced to awaken our consciousness. We cannot be forced to get rid of our evil. That's free. That's the freedom we have. We can become a demon or an angel.
Yeah,
And of
sure.
course,
Wait,
and
I
that's
mean,
the
wait,
great
Charles,
thing.
Charles, can we be both? I mean, can we be a demon and an angel?
Well, we can.
Okay, good.
We've got inside a divine spark. I mean, the author is also describing very well. And I mean, the book is short, but it's very concise. The author said, we've got inside a divine spark. What's the soul, the essence, whatever you want to call it. That's a superior spark, but we need to work on it. We need to use that spark to start working on us. That spark will give us the strength and the light we need to continue that work. But we don't want to. That's a free will. If we don't want to start that work will not start. I mean, just automatically for the sake of it.
Okay,
And that's the thing.
okay. So, we, so we got to do this. I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's coming sooner. I'm from a plethora of information. I'm getting 2 to 3 years. Okay, you're telling me you're not really sure. So I mean,
Well,
well, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, okay. I don't want to give a date. The author, who was a prophet, a true prophet, didn't want to give a date, but he said once he passed away in 2000, and before passing away, he wrote the book in 1998, and I was in a lecture. He came to Spain once, and I was in a lecture, and he wrote several. Um, short scripts and booklets. He said, from year 2000, we will all be in tragedy. I remember those words, from year 2000. He said, it's not going to be the end, but it's going to be the beginning of the end. So, year
Okay.
2000. So,
There we
and
go. There we
if
go.
you analyze from year 2000, lots of ugly things have started to happen, and things have worsened a lot. I mean, we are on that way. When will the end we be? We don't know. In several years, of course, in a few years. But it will be, he always was saying, that will be a gradual process. I mean, the end is not just one day we wake up and that's the end. No.
Right.
It's gradual. It's very gradual, but
Well, it's exactly what's going on right now. Okay.
it is.
I mean, if you want to talk about, these hurricanes and, now the planet, we're having serious problems with food source, and not just earthquakes, tsunamis. I mean, well, maybe not tsunamis, but a lot of other events seem to be really coming up to the plate at this point where it's becoming tragic for the human race. I mean, I'm serious. If we want to just talk about food, okay, I'm just going to give a quick example, and I know I'm going off the record here, but every time I go to the grocery store, I am in line because I mean they want $10 a carton for eggs. I'm just going to give you an example. Well, people are so scared. We talk about it in line that they don't know how they're going to have money to pay for this. Okay. And what are they doing? I'm going to tell you about what they're doing. They are putting something in the chicken feed, okay, to make the chickens not lay eggs. Okay. This is all government based. Okay. A woman did a test. She had her chickens. She fed them her own grain and they laid eggs. Okay. Does anyone want to hear that or think I'm crazy? I don't care. Okay. But the government is what is behind that. And I get in a lot of trouble for speaking about this part of it. So I think they're highly involved in this. And actually, they're making it faster for this to come. And of course, they have a place to go, okay, if it starts to happen. They're underground bunkers, okay? People pay millions of dollars to have these underground bunkers so they'll survive. And the rest of us on the planet, transcend, whatever you want to say, we're saved, we're going to get help. I've heard that, we're going to live off the land and it's all going to be spiritual. I could go on and on and on. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but the bottom line to this is what I see and what I speak about with many other people is that this has sped up like over the past 2 or 3 years. I mean,
yes,
especially this year. Okay, so that's what I have to say. Sorry.
no, you're right. I mean, that's a gradual process.
Yeah.
And we are getting into it more and more. I mean, we cannot expect anything good. I mean, from now. I mean, we've been given maybe 10, 15 years of grace, and maybe the hierarchies, the superior law will give us, according to our behavior, may give us some more, short, some months, some years. We don't know because there's no date, but obviously everything is becoming worse. And there will be wars, there will be nuclear wars. That was also prophesied by the author. It's not in the book, but he told so. He said there will be 3 major nuclear wars. And in between each of them, there will be, conventional war, one country against the neighbor or within the same country. So we must expect more wars from now on. Well, I mean, several wars may have started already, but that will be a long process of wars and also natural disasters. So, as you say, there will be food shortages and everything we can imagine from I mean, the shortages of everything, energy, food, and lack of many things. So, but the issue is that we must work internally. That's the only way out. We must work internally. I mean, it is our interior world what leads our external world, what determines our external world. So we'll be helped. The hierarchies never abandon those who work internally, those souls that fight to awaken and to get rid of the evil inside us. And that's also a tremendous law that will be abide. I mean, the hierarchies will abide by that, and that's what the author also conveys in his book. Work inside, and you'll be protected. You'll be helped.
Okay, so we're working internally. My question is, and that's what we need to do, is what how are we going to be saved? I mean, I have talked to people who are setting up, you know, you know, their own places, growing their own food. They're off the grid. They believe that this is coming. I mean, so what? This is always my question. Okay, it's like these people are living month to month off of paychecks and having to get second jobs. They can't afford to go out and buy a house and be off the grid, okay? Or grow their own plants and stuff like that. What about, and I haven't really gotten an answer to that. What about people like that, Charles? How are we going to be saved? How?
I mean, if those people work internally, they won't be left stranded. They will be helped. I mean, humanities from other worlds are watching us. They are ready to help us. The author says in his book that spaceships
Exactly.
will come and help humanity. I mean, they know ourselves inside out. They know who is working internally and who deserves to be helped. So this is not a matter of money. This is not a matter of having a nice house of breed. I mean, because if we don't work internally, that's nonsense. I mean,
Okay, so I need to take that back because I do know somebody who did say that that exactly what you just said is what's going to happen. So I'm just going to take that back. That there is going to be a race, UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, of a higher dimension, higher consciousness that is going to help us stay on the planet and transcend it into a spiritual, loving community of starting over. Am I right?
yes, yeah, you're right. I mean, physically, I mean, on our world, humanities from other planets will help us, will take us. Those who work internally, people will be taken to a safe place in our planet while all the upheaval takes place, while all the, tidal waves submerge land, the volcanoes erupting, and everything getting changed. All the face of the earth will change. But those people will be in a safe place, same as the Noah's Ark.
Sure.
When everything has passed, when everything is settled back, the people will continue on Earth and their descendants to start a new civilization.
Sure.
Based on on the real laws of universe based on love, on harmony, and people who are actually setting up a new civilization, such as those that existed after the Great Flood and after the Lemurian continent. What happens that after some or many millennia and centuries and millennia, humanity uh, gets trapped again within the ego and the defects. So if the civilization fails, then the planet Hercolubus or Wormwood, as we want to call it, is in charge of wiping out again that failed civilization. But always, a group of human beings is saved and to start a new civilization. That's what has happened, and that's what will happen now, well, in the near future.
Okay, now well, I want to call it a booklet, but it's not, because you can download it right from the website, thefinalprophecy.info, and you just need to put in your name or something like that. You're not joining. Oh, that one you can directly download it from?
Now it's directly downloaded. Some of our websites have a form. You just fill it out and you get through email, you get the book. But in the finalprophecy.info, you can directly download it without anything else.
Right. Because some people don't want to put their name and they think, oh, it's just a scam, or something like that. And so that's why I was really asking you, because I know you guys have several stuff all over the place. Is, what's the easiest place for someone to go and get this information? Also, I wanted to mention, this is not like some huge book. Okay. It's, what is it, 40 pages?
Well, yeah, it's 49.
See, I was close.
Yeah, some of them are short. The author knew that we get tangled in the theories and different, by reading a lot. And I said, well, my message is going to be concise and direct, go to the gist. And so he gave the prophecy. He gives the prophecy in his book. Yes. And then the tools to overcome, which is the elimination of the defects. Also, he explains the astral projection. Yes. As the way of getting direct knowledge from superior dimensions.
That's what I do, but they're OBEs, out of body experiences. Yes. That's where I get mine. So, from my experience, I actually agree with you 100% from my experience of, visiting other planets, being with the light beings. It's pretty intense and life-changing, and the downloads that they give you are absolutely fascinating. However, I get asked the question all the time, well, how do I, go to the astral plane? How do I do an OBE? Is that in the booklet on explaining on how somebody can do that?
There are a couple of practices for anyone. They're very simple, direct. We don't need to do anything complicated. Just a couple of mantras, and then the awareness practice we can do throughout the day, and that helps us being conscious during sleep time. And during sleep time, our soul, our psychological part, is not in the physical body, is out in the astral dimension.
Right.
And then we can be conscious there and use that consciousness, that awareness, to get knowledge, to go to
Correct.
places. Yeah,
Correct.
that's it.
Correct. So, everybody out there, come on. It's 49 pages long. Why don't you just give it a read? You know what I mean? And not be scared and not want to watch this because of that. It's ridiculous. It's only 49 pages. It's a download, okay? It took me like an hour to read, not even that, so, even if you're scared, just do it. Don't sit there and look at your phone all day and be unconscious and just, go to your job and hate it and all the stuff that you do and in this society that's totally not waking up. Take the chance for once. All right. This book in particular, booklet, explains it all quick. You don't need to listen and listen and listen and listen and go through all this mumbo jumbo that everybody's talking about. All right. So we need to do this, Charles, don't we?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. And I think we really got a lot of incredible information in a short period of time. And because it is simple, it's not anything we need to be on here like some of my guests, an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. No, 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 no. I mean, it's just so simple that we can just fly through this and give, it's just kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're done. And the bottom line is wake up and read the book.
No, yeah, that's it. I would encourage anyone just to read it with open mind. We don't lose anything by doing that, and put it into practice. We've got 365 days in a year. Just start now and practice some days. Practice, and you'll get the results. I mean, we humans are too theoretical. We've become too intellectual, and we're not practical. I mean, we read a lot about things that we don't experience, and I mean, the issue is to become a practical person, to experience, to live, experiencing everything, and internally the internal world is huge, is infinite. We don't know it. I mean, we don't even suspect what the internal world is until we start working on ourselves.
Oh my God. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I had no clue until you start doing this, and then you wake up. It's a complete consciousness change. That
It is.
that just happens. It's not anything you need to. After you do it for a while, you don't even need to practice it. It's just part of who you are.
Yeah, it's just you live in with other values and with internal work over the day, which helps you understand a lot of things. And in fact, well, it gives you true happiness. I mean, you're not the slave of external things. You understand everything. You love people. You learn to love people truly, and you learn to love life. And I mean, that's the consciousness. Those are the values of the consciousness. Consciousness is not that's beyond intellect. Consciousness is
well,
it's far beyond any idea we can.
No, it's not
No.
intellect whatsoever. It is not left brain scientific stuff whatsoever. No, it's not. So, okay. Well, I think we've discussed everything, right? Unless there's anything else that you'd like to say, or do you think we
Well,
got?
just to encourage people to start an internal work that will change their life, that will also help them in those difficult times that are coming, that we are in already, and that are coming in the short term. And the only way out is internal work. And that book, the Hercolubus Red Planet book, will help them, anyone who wants to really, really start that inner work, to awaken their consciousness. And that's it. That's the final maybe gist of it. I appreciate very much the opportunity, Zoe, to be here, and I thank all the listeners as well.
Well, I just want to say thank you too. And I'm glad, I'm going to just say I'm really grateful for those 6 people that pushed me to read this, which is great. So I just want to let everybody know I really, really, really appreciate everybody who's watching. And I'd really like you to please take this seriously and just, why don't you just give it a try? Just why don't you just read the book? I mean, it's kind of simple. All right, so I'm going to say over and out. And we appreciate Charles coming on today, all the way from Barcelona. And over and out. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate. All
Sure,
the best.
sure.